What's up, gang? What's up, gang? Oh, I didn't even check that. Hold on, give me a second. Let me check the levels. Welcome to the Spiritual Ghetto. If you are new here, if you are not, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Grab your water, grab your chapstick, come on in and grab your messages. If you are seeking something a little more personal, you should be able to find that on the website. A personal reading. These gonna be some channel messages. I wrote these down this morning. I was checking the date, making sure today's date matched the date I wrote on the paper. You see that, girl? That date on the paper right there. Right. Oh. Welcome to the fortress. Welcome to the fortress. Right. I don't know if y'all are consuming her content or something, or maybe she's a new viewer, but either way, right. And welcome to the fortress. Come on in. It's so funny because I hear her voice. That's so funny. Maybe you're, but you may know her on platforms. It's like Queen Tote or something like that. You better tote it because you got it. This is, I don't know if maybe she's saying something inspirational. Maybe she's saying something to inspire you to. I don't know. Somebody's feeling very blah. I said blah, but it's blah. But somebody's feeling very blah. I don't know. So the next question is, what's your profession? Or the next thing I wrote down is a question. What's your profession? And then I wrote mine. Conjurer, psychic medium, speaker. There was like, take pride, be proud about it. You see me say that. Take pride, be proud about it. Somebody is, they unshakable. They own their shit. They know their shit. You know this, or somebody's confirming this for you. I feel like this is a lot of like remote viewing, maybe viewing through. I feel like these are a lot of like what somebody's getting as they're viewing content. A lot of this was about content because they're not. There's a fly on my like saying the flies usually represent like death and endings to things. So I wrote down death to content or your content or platform, which was really odd, but I've been feeling like that anyway, and I think that's why I haven't been going live as much on TikTok. It's because I feel like they're kind of like, yeah. But also, what I was hearing next may shock or excite some of you, and I'm not trying to do that. So but we are. The next thing I wrote down is building a recession, and I know some people are going to be like, "Aren't we in one?" But like, this is like, what I mean is somebody is building a recession to force job shifting, and that's what I wrote down is forced job shifting. They're trying to shift Americans back into real jobs, actual like actual jobs, real jobs, actual jobs. Um, the entrepreneurial route is not making America thrive the way some people thought it would. It's like they feel like people are like not necessarily getting too much money, but getting too free, loose with the money, with their access to money. Again, it's heavy on shifting shifting the recession, shift. I think a shift of Americans, real Americans, heavy on that. I don't know what that's about. I do, but like, I don't know what that's about. Um, Shifting like real Americans back into real jobs. Not a lot of this like content focused shit. They want to shift it back into real jobs as a way of like stimulating the economy, stabilizing the economy is what I have down here. In order, he's building a recession because I skipped a few lines. Um, so we're going to go back to shifting Americans back into real jobs, and then underneath that, I had got air sign under the cards, and our president's an air sign. It's actually a Gemini. But I heard The Greatest by Billie Eilish. Man, am I the greatest? I think that's how he thinks of himself. Um, but he's building a recession in order to stabilize the economy, almost like shifting people back into real jobs would shift like the money flowing back the way it used to economically, I guess. And that kind of, I'm not an economist. The people who study the economy real deep and real, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the money's not moving the same. That's what I feel. I feel like the flow of money is like it's it's odd because I don't want to say backed up because people are like it's always been backed up, but it feels like it's something off, and it's something that we have done collectively, a shift that we have made collectively. I don't know if the thought process of shifting this may be the actual reason that they wanted to buy TikTok is because it's not just about the money that TikTok is paying out or that people are kind of reaching on the ad. It is more so about like the money flow in the economy seems to have like shifted, but it's like backed. It like I'm like seeing like a pipeline like backed up, like water backed up, like not moving. And it's like he's trying to do this to like he thinks if he like sends people back to regular jobs, they'll start spending money back in like the regular way, the regular fashion, and it'll stabilize the economy. I got the cards Happy Home and Justice card. Uh, the happy home being the economy, the homes back in alignment, and if you will, with the justice card. Sorry, the computer's over there. I'm not looking at a different person, but the justice card, balance, that economic balance that he's searching for, trying to so literally trying to cause a recession to build a stabilize an economy. Again, calling himself the greatest. More attacks to the LGBTQIA. I know some people don't care, but what they do to the least of us, they would do to the rest of us. Specifically, I think I'm going to take the time now to insert this story. I've been planning to do this story for a little while now, and for a couple days, I seen it on Dominique Morgan's page where she talked about the trans service members. Getting forced out without benefits, without early retirement. Um, I just want to say, like, first off, contractually, these are things that they're contractually old. As like a veteran, I'm not like speaking out of turn. These are things that they are contract, and I'm not even speaking as a spiritualist. These are like things they are contractually owed. Number one. Number two, do you really want to be the greatest? If you do, I would not start messing with the defense. It's a much larger conversation, but I wouldn't start messing with like the people in your defense system. I just wouldn't. People need to not look at the fact that he's doing this to transgender service members and look at the fact that he is doing this to service members, because again, what he does to the least of us can be done to the most of us, the rest of us. Okay, y'all don't hear me. Do not. This is something that you cannot let him do. You cannot implore him to do this. You cannot even encourage him to do this. This is backwater bullshit. This is bad. Like, this is bad all the way the fuck around. Like, the people who do not hear me and do not understand me, like, this is bad all the way the fuck around. One thing like the military likes to pride themselves on is that like things are written in black and white, and like what people don't understand is the reason you can go and or like research how much like a rank makes when you like enter a relationship with like a military person is because that shit is written in black and white somewhere, right? We have a lot of textbooks, manuals, TMs, FMs, SOPs, all of the things, right? A lot of the things that covers different things. Writing up a new policy to force retire them without giving them benefits. They're earned benefits. You earn benefit like that. This is a job that you earn benefits the moment you step foot on fucking ground. The moment you become legitimized. Okay? The moment you become legitimized, you start earning benefits. There's some benefits that you pay for, okay? And life insurance policy, there's a benefit you got to pay for. But the moment you set foot, that shit. So this is very dangerous. This is very intrepid waters. I, as a veteran, I call all of you to like champion behind your brothers and sisters in arms, because their gender never mattered. Their gender never mattered to us. It never mattered. That was never a question. I promise you, of all the things you can get fired for, we never gave a fuck about what a bitch gender was or wasn't. Or okay, because there are no males, or excuse me, there are only males and females in the army. And that's again something that's written in black and white. There are only males and females. There are no boys and girls. There are no women and men. There are only soldiers, female and male type. Sorry that I was in the army, but obviously it goes. The same thing goes for the rest of the places. Like, right, can't let him do this, because also this is happening in the Air Force. By the way, I believe these are Air Force transgender soldiers that he is like doing this to, and like people need to stand behind, because they are contractually owed these things. These are obligations and things that they were like was said to be given to at the beginning. Like this can't, you can't let him start down this fucking road, please. This is a road that gets real dark and real ugly for a lot of fucking people. And again, you know, we tried to tell y'all beforehand, a lot of people beforehand, that like when you vote in the interest of voting towards a hate group or what you don't like or how you feel people should live their life, you start voting in the interest of damnation. It's a lot of y'all voted this man in, and now Pop and them is being exported out. Okay? In shipping containers, love. This should come as no surprise, right? The last time he was in office, he had your children in cages. At the border. We don't remember that? Hey, I'm not trying to shake things up, but I'm trying to wake things up, okay? Because there's a large population of Hispanic soldiers in the army. That cannot afford to lose the one soldier who's feeding the families. Hey, y'all better wake this up. Y'all better make this shit stop. Y'all better make something shake and make sure this shit is rescinded. Because if he gets to fucking with little groups, baby, big groups are no. Okay. Listen, he will not stop there. I'm gonna move on. I have some other channel messages. That's just not okay. Yes, more attacks to the LGBTQ, specifically, I believe, to the trans community, to be honest with you, because I heard convertible breakdown. And please don't like charge, my trans viewers, y'all gonna have to charge like the wording of this to the game, okay? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I am trying to get a message through, or like it was trying to come through me, right? Convertible breakdown. He's going to undo trans bodies. He wants to change them back. That's what the convertible breakdown is he wants to change them back. It's one thing to stop the health care. That was the first part of the plan. The second part of the plan is to tell you got to go back. And the last message I got here is the daily affirmation. I'm going to give it to you. Money flows to me easily. Y'all may have that. Talk that. Speak that to yourself. Speak that amongst yourself. I'm sorry if these messages seem so dark, but sometimes they don't be the brightest. Man, am I the greatest? Let me pull a spread. All right. Let me get y'all a quick spread. I'm feeling. Oh, man, am I the greatest? I can't play the song because this is probably going up on YouTube, but I could sing it, but I don't know the rest of the words. Really. It's a good song too, actually. It's a bad song. Um, all right, so what we have out here is maybe people have been waiting for this. It feels more like romantically aligned. This feels more loving. I think somebody is watching this all the way through, and congratulations, you made it to the love section. The way others view you is none of your concern, basically, none of your business. Is the center of this? This feels like somebody is turning the energy up, turning the heat up on their life, and it's going to look very exciting to people. But because it's such a swift change, maybe from what someone was doing, it may be questionable, right? We've got the Leo card out here, which talks about the sun, or which talks about sun. This is very fiery, passionate energy, heating things up, standing in your power, being proud, being having a little bit of ego there. Yeah, there's definitely a little ego there. We've got the sacrifices card, which talks about kind of giving things up, giving up the way you were doing something. Maybe it's not working for you. We've also got the lovers card here at the bottom, talking about things, not just lovers, but things going into alignment, locking in, pairing in. No matter what happens outside of myself, I know that I am safe as well. Talking about your decisions being in favor. Okay, your decisions being in favor. Hallelujah. Man, am I the greatest? The way others view you is none of your business, being crossed by the unparalleled energy. Oh, I love that. That's sexy. That literally talks about like there's nobody like you. So yes, people are going to view you in very different constructs, different lightings, different avenues, different viewpoints from different. They've never seen anything like you. It's. I'm hearing the word aboriginal. It gives. That's tea. Leo being crossed with just be alone for now and develop your craft. Maybe you could have just gone through a breakup or a separation. Somebody is just focusing on like them right now. They're really about to. It feels like somebody wants to really get into their bag. Gemini. Um, mm, I don't foresee Gemini as like a dating energy. I always give it as like um some people may view it as like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but it's like somebody like kind of like not exposing their other personalities, but kind of it's like daytime, nighttime kind of deal. It's somebody putting that shit on. It's really putting that shit on, being at the event spaces. I think that's somebody really getting involved in the rigmarole and the flow. Oh, I love that for you. Sacrifices being crossed with just focus on don't focus on monetary issues, just focus on spirit. Excuse me. Somebody may be taking their focus off their money for a change, and they're focusing on like where they're guided to, where they're guided to show up and be appreciated, be respected, be grateful and talented to be there. The lovers being crossed with the Aquarius energy. This is again things being in alignment, a lot of emotion. This could be romantic connections coming in because of the Aquarius energy, adding to the clarity of the card. Adding to like if this isn't like necessarily romantic connections, but people pouring love into you. In different avenues, okay? But it could be a romantic connection, but it's more so of like it feels more so of like an overflow of love from different directions. No matter what happens outside of myself, I know that I am safe. Being clarified by the Pisces there. This is a lot of flow. Somebody, I think this is like I want to say somebody's waiting to be the yin to the yang. Waiting and yearning to be the yin to the yang, or however, or yang to the yin with the Tower card here. Yeah, swift change and action for someone. Things are about to shift quickly. Okay. I'm gonna leave that there for you all. I appreciate y'all being here. It has been a pleasure. It's all Love in the Hood, and if you need a personal one, the website's running below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, peace.